Howdy, friends. I'm Ryan McCaffrey with IGN, joined by my buddy Max Scoville.
What's up?
Welcome to pax-east 2016 ongoing coverage. Max, you played a game called Strafe, not Strife, the 1996 role-playing game made with the Doom engine. Little fun fact for you right there. But Strafe. Tell me about Strafe.
So Strafe is the very sort of unlikely and absolutely ridiculous combination of two things, which is sort of an old school, let's just call it what it is, Quake-like shooter, and then a roguelike like Spelunky.
So I'm going to play it over and over again.
Yes. Basically, this was made. It's a new game. It's not. It's kind of an old aesthetic there. You know,
yeah.
it's very much 1996 PC graphics, but it's procedurally generated kind of enemies, randomized encounters, and everything. And it's just a really, really dumb, loud, gross shooter in all the best ways. I immediately felt like I was 11 years old again. It helped that we had just the most hideous beige mechanical keyboard set up at my demo station.
That's brilliant. Nice touch.
It has an FMV tutorial at the beginning. It's
so
just
good.
It nails all of that kind of nostalgia style, but at the same time, under the hood, there's a lot more going on.
Yeah.
I was talking to the developer about it, and he was telling me that like he'd basically come off of playing Spelunky a whole lot and like grinding through that and really loving it and loving that kind of that's roguelike kind of feedback
loop.
And he also loves Quake. He's played Quake repeatedly, but to the point that Quake is kind of like, all right, I know where everything is. I know where the monster closets are.
Yeah.
So this is something that kind of aims to unite those two concepts. And there are roguelike shooters out there, but none of them really feel like they pack the punch of a proper shooter. So this kind of has that, and it's also like it is that kind of corny old school id Software approach to shooters. Yeah,
weird monster designs and that kind of
thing.
I mean
Crazy
everything.
Weapons. It's manages to feel really playful in spite of how like gory it is.
Yeah.
Basically like. At the end of every kind of round, when you die, inevitably, which you do, it'll tell you how many gallons of blood you spilled.
Nice touch.
So there's just giblets all over the level, and you're running around. You can just hop around. You can kind of strafe jump. There are rocket jumps. There's upgrades to weapons as well. So like there's kind of the thing that keeps it more interesting.
Little mini RPG.
Exactly.
Nugget.
Yeah. So I played with
sprinkled on top.
I had like a nice shotgun. There's a machine gun. There's also a rail gun, and obviously they different damages and speeds and everything. And as you go through it, you will get upgrades. Apparently, you can find weapons in the game that are like that get used up, but then you can use the weapons as not projectile weapons, but you can basically get a pulse rifle, I think, and rip it in half and use it as a grenade.
All right, I'm on board for that.
I didn't see that in action,
up.
but that sounds really, really cool. In any case, it's cool to see something like this, because we're at that point where, there's a place for this.
Yeah, and would you say, is it super challenging, or is it more just about, like, is it a sort of Dark Souls, like you're going to suffer through this, or?
I don't think so. I mean, I would put it more in the same category as something like, maybe like Killing Floor,
Yeah.
Like it's got that kind of like you're gonna get a lot done. You're not gonna get killed by one dude.
Right.
You're gonna go out there. You're gonna make a huge mess.
Get your money's worth.
Yeah, exactly. So it's got kind of an arcadey feel in that sense, and yeah, it looks really solid.
Awesome. Well, for more on Strafe, be sure to strafe on over to IGN.
I don't get it, and also move.
pax-east.